Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rio, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Cornabuan, Tafua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Makanisi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in bar.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, child abuse campaigns extends to schools. BAF creates awareness on giant invasive iguana. And Navy vessels to undergo repair in New Zealand.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
The Fiji Human Rights Commission is planning on reaching out to schools and communities in an effort to reduce child abuse cases. Director Ashwin Raj says they are working on a plan on how to educate children on the subject. Senia Nimboila reports.
Reports of child abuse are recorded every week, and the Fiji Human Rights Commission says there is a need to strengthen the awareness campaign.
The embedding of the human rights education in the school curriculum also means that the Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission needs to be in these schools. It needs to have an audience with our children to be able to hear from them what some of their human rights concerns are, what they're expecting from the National Human Rights Commission, and how can we work together to ensure that Fiji, has a very, very robust human rights landscape for our children, that our children are not forgotten.
According to the statistics revealed by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, there were 5 victims of rape last year who were under the age of 18 years. Minister for Women and Children Mereseni Vuniwanga says they are working hand in hand with agencies to combat the issue.
The ministry itself is also embarking on such a collaboration with relevant stakeholders, and when we do meet, it will also we will also invite the Fiji Human Rights Commission to look at particularly the issue of bullying in schools. That has been on the increase lately, and we are concerned about it, very seriously concerned about it at the ministry.
The Commission is working on provisioning a trained psychologist and a child desk officer to assist children who are mentally, socially or physically abused. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Biosecurity Authority of Fiji officers are creating awareness on the giant invasive iguana in the Natewa Bay area following the discovery of 2 of the species. Eleanor Turangaview reports that this is the first time the invasive iguana is found near Vanuatu.
Since the discovery of this giant lizard last Tuesday, Biosecurity Authority of Fiji officers have been combing the coastal areas of the Kaunrove, looking for any other signs of the second one that got away.
That's the reason they keep coming back here, because of the one that got away. They keep asking us if we have seen it again, and they want it to be caught.
Biosecurity Authority of Fiji CEO Hilary Komwenda says this is the first time a giant invasive iguana, or GII, has been sighted on the island of Vanuatu itself, and so far there hasn't been any other sighting.
There's a possibility that GIIs were involuntarily assisted across the sea during the tropical cyclone Winston. And they are good at camouflaging in the natural environment, but are usually spotted in sun basking on the coastal areas or treetops where they can access sunlight.
Biosecurity Authority of Fiji officers are now regularly checking the coastal areas for any signs or tracks of the giant lizard.
Why we're actually creating awareness in this regard is that GI actually has potential to damage farm crops as well as vegetables in the gardens, flowers as well as fruits.
Biosecurity Authority of Fiji is urging the public to report any sightings of the giant invasive iguana, and is also reminding the public that the transportation or movement of the iguana itself or its eggs is strictly against the law. Eleanor Turangaview, FBC News.
The 2 Navy patrol vessels, Kula and Kikau, will soon be sea-lifted to Australia for overall maintenance. Fiji Military Forces Commander Rear Admiral Viliame Naupoto says the refurbishment will boost the vessel's maritime operational task. Seniani Boiler reports.
The Navy patrol vessel Kikau will leave our shores at the end of the month for extreme makeover. This is part of the cooperation between Australia and Fiji's defense forces.
An overhaul, if you like, of the whole vessel. It comes back almost new to us, which makes it a much more useful asset. And for this, we are thankful to Australia for this assistance. And later on, when that one comes online, then we have Kula, who will be undergoing the same process in Australia also.
The New Zealand government, under an agreement with the Fijian government, will be providing a replacement patrol vessel while the boats are under repair.
I understand its HMN status, however. This has been an ongoing discussions in assistance provided for Fiji. That is imminent. The vessel should be here at the end of this month, and they will be posted to assist Fiji for the next 6 months within the period that these vessels are going to, the Fiji Navy vessels are going to be taken to Australia for refit.
The HMNZ Howe will arrive in the country next Saturday with Navy personnel to assist the fisheries officers and the Fiji Navy in the surveillance of our waters. The vessel will be stationed here in Fiji for the next 6 months. Sainiani Mboila, ABC News.
Fiji can become a hub for medical tourism in the region. A team of medical experts from India's Apollo Hospital were attending a health forum in Fiji recently, where they shared medical and scientific experiences. India's High Commissioner to Fiji, Vishwas Sapkal, says India is Fiji's development partner in the health sector and will continue its assistance.
There is tremendous potential for the development of medical tourism, and definitely we should strive for doing that thing. Fiji has a potential to become a hub in the region, and of course Government of India will be also supporting.
Still to come, LTA clamps down on vehicle smoke emissions. And hundreds attend Today FM Park Jam. Stay with us.
हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तापुआ में रहता है, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Land Transport Authority says the emission of excessive black fumes from a vehicle's exhaust remains a concern for them. LTA Board Chair Vijay Maharaj says vehicle emissions carry pollutants that can be hazardous to health. He says LTA is working to reduce smoke emissions with stringent enforcement, roadside driver awareness programs, as well as education in communities and schools. Maharaj says they have made some progress. 10 years ago, the level of smoke emissions was at 70% capacity level. However, this has been reduced to around 50%. Maharaj says they aim for a further significant reduction by next year. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Gilaho is calling on students to make decisions that will lead them to success. During a pass-out parade at Nelson College, Gilaho urged students to avoid getting involved in illegal activities such as assault. Gilaho reminded students that it takes just a matter of seconds to take a wrong step that puts their hard work to waste.
Cadet training has so much potential to positively impact a person's life. Despite what some may say about it being too strict, I have never come across a situation where discipline has been a negative influence. In life, you must have some form of self-control and self-restraint.
The Today FM Park Jam was a hit once again as hundreds of people flocked to the Suva foreshore to enjoy a night filled with entertainment. The annual event, which coincides with the Coke Games and the first term school break, gave everybody a chance to wind down. Kelly Vidala reports.
It was an electrifying atmosphere as people of all ages gathered to watch the live entertainment. Local musicians, dance groups and FBC TV and radio personalities entertained the crowd until midnight.
See, there's hundreds of people already here. It was already jam-packed by the time it was 6 o'clock. The location that we've thought up, this is an ideal place for family to come and enjoy.
Some made their way to the foreshore straight after the Coke Games, while others came from home just for a fun-filled night with family and friends.
I think it's really fun.
especially with the food that's provided and the rides and the music. I love the music.
Listening to the music and watching entertainment and seeing the girls.
I've come with my husband and my daughter, come get some food, enjoy a bit of music.
I like the park jam, but it's fun.
For the park jam, it's fun.
Today FM Programs Director Alan Stevens says the Park Jam aims to entertain visitors who come to Suva from all over the country during this time.
The crowd here is jam-packed. We want to give families, especially those who've come a long way to be here for the Coca-Cola Games, give them a party just so when they go home, they go with some good memories.
Last night's success has added more pressure on FBC event organizers as everyone will be looking forward to a bigger program next year. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Fijian Tourism Expo to be held next month will showcase the best that our tourism industry has on offer. The event will highlight new products and global brands like Marriott International and Six Senses Hotel Resort Spas. The 160 buyers in tourism media will also be introduced to Fiji's newest exclusive private island resort, Kokomo Private Island, Fiji. Tourism Fiji Chief Executive Matthew Stockel says the past month or so has seen some exciting developments in the industry. Well, passion does not go unnoticed. It is an emotion that comes from within that will determine your enthusiasm, zeal and motivation on the type of work you choose to engage in. In tonight's Successful Fijian segment, we take a look at the journey of 63-year-old Thakurbhai Maisuria, who has the oldest hairdressing business in Lambasa. Kelly Vidala with this success story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Thakurbhai Maisuria dropped out of school at primary level and joined his father to run the family hairdressing business. Prakash Barber Salon has been passed down through generations and Maisuria's only source of income.
See, I came from India when I was 11 years old, but that time I only able to speak Gujarati. From then I was 11 years, they put me in class 3. Class 3 to 7, I was 16 years old, then I was asked to leave the school. So what my father told me, that's our tradition to come in the business. Right from the generation we do hairdressing, right, my grandfather, my father, we 3 brothers, my son, we are 4 generations doing hairdressing, right? And we continue that trade. And the hairdressing is in our blood. Right from 1972, I'm doing hairdressing. 72 to 2017, that's 45 years of hairdressing.
As the years passed, Maisuria became a famous barber in the north, providing for his family and children's education overseas.
I'm very successful. I'm proud to because through hairdressing, I got a house. She got 2 daughters. One of my son just left to New Zealand in last year. He want to go for a future career pasture, so I allow him to go. One of my daughter got married in 2011. She's in America. At present, I'm with my wife. So I'm a happy family man, and I'm proud to be a hairdresser.
The father of 3 says he always puts himself in other people's shoes. Even though he runs his shop on a rented space, he still shares spaces with others so they can run their small businesses.
My rent is $800, right? So he give me 160. The shoes and bag repa, they give me 190. Gounder shipping, they give me 300. The rest I pay. But they pay me in weekly. Even they don't have it, I still give them time. I got the agreement with them. The owner knows me. So that's what I do, share and care, live and let live. Hindi mein bole ji aur jeene do. I'm a man with a big heart. Not to make money, but everybody to live.
He says it's important for one to always have interest in the work they choose so they don't get a chance to complain about it.
Main thing, any profession you go, you must have interest. If you're a student, make sure you want to become a successful student. Same thing if you go for hairdressing, make sure you learn the trade. Same thing with carpentry, plaster man, you go for it. Today or tomorrow you will be a qualified man. Nobody is from the born, you are not led. You will learn the trade. It took me 6 months to become a barber. So same thing with any other trade. You learn a trade that will go always with you, long last. Until you leave, the trade is with you.
Maisuria says his parents and wife have been very supportive of him. He says it is important that all Fijians work together for the betterment of the country and for a happy living. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, Lautoka extends lead on the Premier League table. And Fijiana out of Japan Sevens, this and more after the break.
I'm from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Girdler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from rugby, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Life Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
The Lautoka football side has extended its lead on the Vodafone Premier League table, beating Nandi 4-2 at Churchill Park this afternoon. Lautoka's Siotama Kumbu made a hat-trick while Dave Randingai scored the fourth goal. Nandi's goal came in from Chasevata Nungangi and Rusiate Matererenga. Here are the goals.
As Lautoka quickly take the free kick. Take by Afraz, and the good header, good chance inside, and a header on that far side, waiting for it. Siotama, the Nandi defenders, no one challenged him, and in the 25th minute of play, Siotama Kumbu with that header. A better play by him, then he finds Chosavatan Dungudangi. Dungudangi now with a chance as he sneaks through, and in the 38th minute of play, a neat pass to Chosavatan Dungudangi. Two players coming out with the goalkeeper and the defender, and Dungudangi did extremely well. Down of flags don't go up, it's still Lautoka then coming through, and Siotama Kumbu again following through as the Nandi defenders were waiting. This afternoon, Dave's kick, a good one it is too, the header through, and a lovely header again. When you look at it again, it's Siotama Kumbu again. The ball cuts it back in field, still Ngase, then Rusiate Matererenga has got one back. Has pulled one back in the 10th minute of play. It's a game on now here. Dave Randingai with a penalty, kicks it, and Dave has made it 4-2.
In the other matches at Ratu Kambal Park, Suva beat Raketi 4-1 and Rewa held Ba 1-0. The Telecom Fijiana Sevens were bundled out in the Cup semi-final of the Japan Sevens a while ago. New Zealand were too good as they beat Fiji 21-0.
With it. Brazier with some sidestepping. Kelly Brazier gets there.
Brazier, one of the individual stars in New Zealand.
With the high restart out to where Woodman stands. Woodman gets it. 1-on-1. Portia Woodman's just too good. They're patient here. New Zealand just getting the ball along the chain. Williams goes through the gap and a basketball pass over the top. Here goes the Shinkansen in Japan. The bullet train is going to score again. How do you stop her?
The Northland rugby side kick-started its Skipper Cup season on a high after defeating the Madhuata side in Lambasa yesterday afternoon. It was a closely contested match, but Northland took it out at the end. Eleanor Terangeview reports.
It's the first match of the season and a closely contested one. 6th placed Northland took on a very young 8th placed Madhuata outfit at Subrail Park Ground 2 yesterday afternoon.
It's a very hard game. Madhuata is a very hard team to beat in the home ground. And we tried very hard. Today we thought it's our first game, first Skipper Cup game. But we're most thankful to Madhuata for giving us a good game this afternoon.
We building up our team because it's the beginning of the season, but we want to thank the people from Telephone North for giving us a good game today.
The Northland side crossed the try line twice against a try from Madhuata. The Northland side admit it wasn't easy going through the Madhuata forward back. By the final whistle, Northland proved too strong, winning 18-15 over Maduata.
Well, our next area that we want to polish up is a bit on our forwards. We need to do more on our forwards. We'll be going up to Nandi by the next 2 weeks. So we need to polish our forwards, more work on our set pieces so that we can counter teams like Nandi at the home ground.
According to the Maduata assistant coach, Milino Tonganivalu, the absence of some very senior players played a major part in their loss, and they are hoping for a better comeback when they take on Naitasiri at Ratudakambau Park in Nosori in 2 weeks' time.
Most of our senior players are not available, so we've seen today that most of our new players have been training them to replace during this today's tournament. There are a few areas to develop from our defense so that we can work on that, so that we can build up more on our next game with Naitasiri.
The public came out in numbers to support their teams. At the end of the game, Maduata gained 2 points while Northland grabbed 6 points. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC Sports.
Fiji Secondary School Association is yet to decide on the venue for next year's Coke Games. The games have always been held at the ANZ Stadium in Suva, but after the renovation of the Churchill Park in Lautoka, the organisers now have options between the two venues. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Will be for this final here, and
the Games Committee is yet to finalize its decision with the surprise win by Natambua High School in the boys division. The committee has more reasons to take the Fiji finals to the West next year.
Well, I'm sure that Natambua has got to defend the title on their own turf, and that makes it the more reason for us to get down to Lautoka and compete at Churchill Park.
Apart from few technical issues which the association will look into for next year, the 3-day event went smoothly.
It's time that we try and probably source our own and to make sure that everything is ready, and so that we don't go through such happenings today.
Natambua won its second title, and this time they dedicated the victory to its former and late coach Seirusi Naituku.
It's a good memory that he has started the trend by winning the Coca-Cola way back in 2015. We lost it last year, and we worked hard to make it again. So we dedicate this win also to the Naituku family, Seirusi Naituku.
Plans are underway for Andidakambau School and Natambua to host a celebration next month.
We'll organize, yes, after the 2 weeks break, then we'll come back and prepare and organize for a big do.
Few athletes are expected to be named in the national squad to represent Fiji at the Oceania Championships in June. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Bulls' recent resurgence continued when they claimed a 2014 victory over the Cheetahs in their South African derby. Fiji-born Crusaders winger Manasa Mataele scored a try as his side thumped Stormers 57-24. Crusaders ran 8 tries as they recorded their first biggest win over its opponents. And the Chiefs ended their tour on a high with a hard-fought 16-7 victory over the Western Force in Perth last night. The result means the Chiefs have only lost 1 of their 8 games in this year's competition, an impressive record for the Waikato side. Cloudy conditions with brief showers was experienced over most parts of the country today. Looking at the west, it was mostly hot. Temperatures in Ba, Nandi and Lautoka were 32 degrees. Now eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, fine weather prevailed. Suva recorded a scorching temperature of 33 degrees. In the north, generally fine. Mombasa recorded a temperature of 32 degrees, while Savu Savu was a little cooler at 30. At sea, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate seas. Looking at the tides, the next low tide is at 9:40 p.m. with a high tide at 4:12 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 6:18. The outlook for tomorrow, cloudy periods with some showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. Temperatures are expected to be around 30 degrees. As for the further outlook, cloudy periods expected to remain. Recapping the main stories, child abuse campaigns extends to schools. BEF creates awareness on giant invasive iguana, and Navy vessels to undergo repair in New Zealand. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, should heavy penalties be given to drunk drivers who continue to break the law? Visit our FBC website to answer. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, good night.
Wea o te vitarokuta mai kono kulan rasa lutoka do ba talita kana warong na radio Fiji One.
Bulan na rango fina mai koraviri nandi au talita kana warong na radio Fiji One na programa ni mas-masu na mataklailai.
Wea o chone kurinambila mai bunangoru na makete hinga toka kwe do talita kini na warong na radio Fiji One gina na domoiviti.
Na radio Fiji One na domoiviti na bonga ni BNN.